Here's something nobody wants to admit: you're probably not broke because you're lazy. You're broke because you're surrounded by broke people. I know that sounds harsh, but stay with me because what I'm about to show you will make you completely rethink why some people seem to effortlessly climb the income ladder while others work twice as hard and stay stuck at the same level for decades. There's a Harvard study that tracked people for over 80 years, and what they found was shocking. Your income has less to do with your education, your IQ, or even how hard you work, and almost everything to do with something you probably haven't thought about in years: your environment. And by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly why your current environment is either a launchpad or a prison, and more importantly, how to engineer the right environment to 10x your income in the next 12 months. Let me tell you about two people I went to college with, Mike and James. Same school, same degree, same GPA. Both graduated in 2015. Today, Mike makes $63,000 a year. James makes $680,000 a year. What happened? Here's what most people would say: James worked harder, James was smarter, James got lucky, James had connections. But here's the truth: the only real difference was their environment. After graduation, Mike moved back to his hometown, got a decent job, hung out with his high school friends on weekends, went to the same bars, talked about the same things, dated people from the same social circle. Safe, comfortable, predictable. James moved to San Francisco, got a lower-paying startup job, shared an apartment with 3 entrepreneurs, went to networking events every week, surrounded himself with people building companies, dated someone who was raising venture capital. Within 2 years, James had started his first company. It failed. But the person he met during that failure introduced him to his next opportunity. That led to another. And another. Today he's a partner at a venture capital firm. Mike? Still at the same company. Still making incremental raises. Still hanging out with the same people who think $100,000 a year is making it. Here's the brutal truth: your environment is not neutral. It's either lifting you up or dragging you down. And most people don't realize they're in a cage until they've spent 20 years in it. Think about your 5 closest friends right now. Add up their incomes and divide by 5. I'll bet you're within 20% of that number. That's not a coincidence. That's your environment setting your financial thermostat. Now let me show you why this happens at a neurological level, because once you understand this, you can't unsee it. There's a concept in neuroscience called mirror neurons. These are brain cells that fire both when you perform an action and when you watch someone else perform that action. They're why yawns are contagious. They're why you wince when you see someone get hurt. And they're why you unconsciously adopt the beliefs, behaviors, and income levels of the people around you. When you're surrounded by people who think $15 an hour is good money, your brain literally rewires itself to believe that's normal. When you're surrounded by people closing $50,000 deals before lunch, your brain rewires itself to see that as normal. Your brain is a prediction machine, and it bases its predictions on your environment. Here's a study that proves it. Researchers took students and randomly assigned them to dorm rooms. Some were placed with high-achieving students, others with average students. 4 years later, the students who had been randomly assigned to rooms with high achievers had significantly higher GPAs and went on to earn more money, even though the initial room assignment was completely random. The people around you set the standard for what's possible, what's normal, and what's acceptable. And here's the scary part: this happens completely unconsciously. You don't wake up one day and decide, I'm going to limit my ambitions to match my environment. It happens gradually. Through 1,000 small conversations. Through what people laugh at or frown upon. Through what's celebrated or criticized. Your environment programs your beliefs about money through repetition. If you hear money doesn't grow on trees enough times, it becomes your operating system. If you hear that's too risky every time you mention a new idea, you stop having ideas. If everyone around you complains about their job but never leaves, you internalize that this is just what work is. The crazy part? You can have all the motivation in the world, read all the books, watch all the motivational videos, but if you go back to an environment that thinks differently, that environment wins. Every single time. So let's break down the 4 specific environments that are either building or destroying your income potential right now. Environment 1. Your physical space. Where you spend your time literally shapes your brain. If you work from a cluttered bedroom, you're training your brain for distraction. If you work from coffee shops where entrepreneurs gather, you're absorbing ambition by osmosis. There's a reason Silicon Valley exists as a physical place even though tech companies could be anywhere. Proximity matters. The conversations in the hallways, the chance encounters, the density of ambition in the air, it's real and it's measurable. Environment 2. Your social circle. This is the big one. Jim Rohn said you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and research backs this up. Your friends determine your income more than your degree does. Are your friends building businesses or watching Netflix? Are they reading books or scrolling TikTok? Are they talking about opportunities or complaining about their bosses? This isn't about judging them as people. It's about recognizing that their normal becomes your normal. Environment 3. Your information diet. What you consume, you become. If you're watching broke people on reality TV, listening to employees complain about work, and scrolling through outrage content, that's the lens through which you see the world. If you're listening to podcasts with people making millions, reading books by successful entrepreneurs, and consuming content about growth, your brain starts pattern matching toward those outcomes. Environment 4. Your work environment. This might be the most important one. If you're the smartest, most ambitious person at your company, you're in the wrong company. You should be the dumbest person in the room because that's the only way you grow. Think about it. If you've never seen someone close a 6-figure deal, how would you even know what that looks like? If you've never been in a room where people casually talk about scaling businesses, those concepts remain theoretical. Your income is capped by the ceiling of your current environment. Alright, so now you understand the problem. Here's the solution, and it's simpler than you think but it requires courage. Step 1. Audit your current environment ruthlessly. Take out your phone right now. Look at your 5 most recent text conversations, your social media feed, the last 5 videos you watched. Ask yourself honestly, is this environment building the person I want to become or reinforcing the person I'm trying to leave behind? Step 2. Upgrade your proximity. You need to get in rooms with people who are where you want to be. This might mean paying for a mastermind, joining a co-working space, moving to a different city, or taking a pay cut to work at a company with higher caliber people. I know someone who took a $30,000 pay cut to work at a high-growth startup. Within 18 months, he had learned skills that tripled his market value. 2 years later, he was making $200,000. The short-term sacrifice for long-term proximity paid off exponentially. Step 3. Curate your digital environment. Unfollow everyone on social media who isn't adding value to your growth. Follow people making the money you want to make. Join online communities where your future self hangs out. This costs nothing and can change everything. Step 4. Create forcing functions. Make it impossible to stay comfortable. Sign up for that expensive course so you have to take it seriously. Book that flight to the conference so you have to go. Join that gym where successful people work out. Put yourself in environments where the cost of staying small is too high. Step 5. Find or build your tribe. If you can't find the right environment, create it. Start a weekly meetup for ambitious people in your city. Create a group chat with 5 people who are building something. Meet every week to share wins and challenges. The most successful people I know didn't wait for the perfect environment to find them. They built it. Look, here's the uncomfortable truth. You can keep grinding in the wrong environment and make slow, incremental progress, or you can change your environment and make exponential progress. Your current environment got you to where you are now, and that's fine. But it won't get you where you want to go. It's scientifically impossible. The people you surround yourself with, the places you spend your time, The information you consume, these aren't small factors, they're the factor. So the question isn't whether your environment decides your income, the science is clear that it does. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Because 6 months from now, you'll either be in a completely different environment on your way to a completely different income level, or you'll be exactly where you are now, wondering why nothing changed. The choice is yours. Choose your environment wisely, because it's choosing your future. If this video changed how you see your current situation, hit that subscribe button because I'm breaking down exactly how to build wealth in environments most people don't even know exist. I'll see you in the next one.